I think here's the big question, and we're talking to Ben Strauss of the Washington Post. Here's my big question. In the executive suite with Jimmy Pitaro, Burke Magnus, Norby Williamson, whether they're on a call or in an office, is what you just, the situation with the streaming partner Tencent, they're piping ESPN content into China, and then you have this massive business interest spurred by Disney and Bob Iger. Is that part of the equation editorially, you think, in this case with ESPN, Ben?
I don't know. I think it's kind of a risk reward situation. Is what is the risk of covering this versus what is the reward covering this? And you talk to people who have been around ESPN, and right, like there is this reality that there are billions of dollars on the line, and sort of what's at risk if you do cover it, right? If you do have somebody go on TV and say something that puts this business relationship in jeopardy, is it worth it? Right. And you can, look at the NBA, right? Like they would say what Daryl Morey did absolutely wasn't worth it. Right. You have somebody who, sent this tweet and it's absolutely not worth it for what the league has gone through. And, ESPN can say the same thing. What is the risk of in the story we mentioned, prominent, really good NBA reporter Zach Lowe wanted to have somebody on from the Council of Foreign Relations, and what is the reward to that versus what is the risk?
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's like an edict or a fiat coming down from the C-suite saying nobody touch this, because if you watched ESPN, there were a lot of conversations about this story. There were a lot of conversations that touched on the politics of the situation. From the NBA wants to think, as most American or people in America want to think, that you're getting by doing business with China, you're helping to export democracy rather than import authoritarianism, which is kind of the risk of what we've seen developed. And I think it was on High Noon, I think it was Pablo Torre who said that, and that's a super political, explicitly political statement. So I guess sort of the no, or the sort of the pure politics policy, sort of sticking to that, and what is politics and what isn't, is sort of, I think, a bit confusing when you get a story like this.